Hello and welcome back to Read Becca. So today we are finally going to do the finally fall tag because I have been waiting very impatiently for it to become fall. Our temperature has come down, so yes, we finally have some crisp weather, some long sleeves. I'm really delighted for it. So let's jump right into the prompts. Number 1, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Number 1 is Nevermoor, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. And this is such a vivid setting, just in general, because it's very whimsical, magical, beautiful. But on top of that, a large portion of this takes place inside a magical hotel. And the hotel rearranges itself and redecorates itself based on moods. So that especially is really vivid. Beyond that, there's also a holiday seasonal element to every one of the books in this series so far, and those are such cozy and very almost visual aspects to this, where you can really feel a tangible sense of the setting. So love that one. Next, number 2 is Nature is Beautiful but Also Dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. And this one comes up constantly in these tags. Any sad tag, we've got The Shepherd's Crown by Terry Pratchett. This is a wonderful sub-series of the Discworld series. That Discworld is like 41 books. This is a 5-book sub-series about Tiffany Aching, this young witch who is a trainee kind of apprentice and is being followed through this series as she learns her way and has various adventures. But in this final book, it very much is all about loss and grief and dealing with that. And on top of the themes of the book, there is the tie-in to real world, because this is the final book of the Discworld series. This is the last book that Terry had out before he passed away. And so there is that dealing with the grief and loss of a very cherished author. Terry Pratchett was one of my absolute favorite authors of all time. So yeah, it's a very emotional book all around. Then number 3 is Fall is Back to School Season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. And for that I have Film School, so literal school book, but this is very cool. This is all about different films, and each film has, it's old enough that it has DVD chapter markers to use as references. It has like shot information about the scenery shots. And so it definitely taught me things, or to look for things in films that I would have never thought of before. So very cool book. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be part of. For that, I have the Grimlock Demon Hunter series by Ash Armstrong. And you probably don't think of like a weird Western with an orc protagonist as like cozy, but in book 2, which I don't have book 2, this is book 3, but in book 2, Grimlock returns back to their home, and it really is just this wonderful cozy community. And so we get this picture of very diverse people, and well, not people for the most part. A lot of them are elves and other orcs and dwarves and that sort of thing, because it has all fantasy races. But it's just a really broad cast, and they all band together and are very close knit. So we get that element, but then on top of that, Grimlock has an adopted sister, and the dynamic between them is so great. It's this adult orc guy who is a gunslinger and demon hunter, and this little girl, and they just have this beautiful bond. So I love their relationship. So that is a good one. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. We'll see if I can do this without dropping everything. This is my fall spines. There you go. Whoa, almost lost it. Whew. Okay, number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. And I've got a very literal take on that. This is The Telling by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is one of the later Hainish novels. I think the last one, in fact. This is all about really a planet where the most advanced, like technologically advanced civilized people are really oppressing a group who have a oral storytelling tradition. And so somebody goes to these supposedly primitive people as kind of an ambassador and learns more about this oral storytelling tradition that they have. And so yeah, very, very ingrained in this is storytelling. Number 7, The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. For that, I have one I recently read, and that is Deadlands Boneyard by Shannon Wire. It's another weird Western, and this one is much more, that's the cat food. This one is much more on the horror end. So this is great setting. It's kind of a frontier setting where this circus group, this creepy circus group with a mistress of oddities, are traveling to very remote Oregon, and they are going to do their show for this village where people mysteriously go missing. It's full of monsters and spooky stuff as well, so very good one for creepy reads. The Days Are Getting Colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. I've got a perfect heartwarming read. This is How You Lose the Time War by Emil El-Notar and Max Gladstone. And this one is just a novella, but it's very poetic. It's told from two sides, red and blue, and they are these women who are time travelers and kind of spies who are on opposing sides of a time war. So they're going all through time, tampering with the timelines, and leaving each other letters that they eventually fall in love through. And next we have Fall Returns Every Year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. And I have Lysistrata by Aristophanes. This is a hilarious book, but Shelley Swearingen was just reading this and reminded me of it, that I haven't read this since college, and I really adored it. It's all about these women who go on a sex strike to end a war. So it's a teeny little play, one of those classic comedies. So I would love to get back and read that some weekend. Let's see. Next we have Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So I could do any mug, so I just grabbed a mug. I always have a cup of coffee or tea with me, and this one actually says I love you on it. It's one of those great Target clearance finds. And then I just recently got this candle. It is wonderful, wonderful. So this is Chesapeake Bay Candle Home Scents Frosted Siberian Pine, and it just smells like a live tree. It's so good. So I think that is it. Yep, that is it, other than tagging people, but this is kind of a staple tag that everybody does with or without being tagged. So if you want to do this, please go ahead and consider yourself tagged. Thanks so much for watching.